play of the game from way down.
1, 2, silence. Rainer getting absolutely
A team wipe.
The living bomb's going.
Oh my goodness, the ring. Bombs Tastingo gonna find Rainer.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series. Tonight, we're going to bring you a matchup between Division C East, Die for Vision, and ReGen Anomaly. They're not 2-0. We haven't even started yet. Why does that... Here, let me update that. I don't know why that says 2. It doesn't even say 2 on my screen. Anyways, Die for Vision, ReGen Anomaly. We've got one player that we're trying to get in here, but otherwise we're ready to go. So, with that, let me show off the map bands, the standings, check to see how we are, where we are. Do want to shout out Murda in chat here to support the ReGen squad. Appreciate you stopping by and being active in chat here. Standings, ReGen Anomaly currently sitting in second place in Division C East with 18 points. A win here would put them at 21, just a little bit behind, please clap. Die for Vision currently at 13, tied with Illa Dancing Queens for number 5. A 2-0 victory here would tie them up for third place with House of Ches and CT Hanamura Drift. And then for our map bands here, we've got, for Die for Vision, we've got the ban on Battlefield of Eternity and Braxis Holdout. ReGen Anomaly banning out the Infernal Shrines and Towers of Doom. And our first pick, the selection of ReGen Anomaly, is going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen. And welcome to the draft, everybody. That's right, I was going to pull up these teams. Let's get their infos. Find out what these people like to play. Who are their preferred heroes? Well, we're going to start off with a Maiev ban here against ReGen Anomaly. I believe we've seen that a little bit, yeah. Let's see, let's look at just this season. All right, so we've got, oh, we're missing some must have been a forfeit. Let's see, so most played heroes for ReGen Anomaly are Jaina, Malfurion, and Rexxar. As we see the Sylvanas and Kael'thas bands here, so primarily looking at those DPS characters. Whereas for Die for Vision, our most played heroes are Johanna, Falstad, and Kael'thas. And they have a pretty solid win rate on those. 60, 80, 80 for those. For ReGen Anomaly, it was 66, 66, and 75. So these heroes are picked and win for a reason. Move 37, welcome. Glad that you're here. Always good to see you. And speaking of the Johanna, there it is. We're going to see Oriel coming in with Deathwing. So two of those top tier heroes currently in the meta, making it all the way through draft. And ReGen Anomaly going to pick up both of them. And it's important to recognize that Deathwing cannot be healed or resurrected by Oriel. But Full Mango says that's fine. I'll make do. We're going to see the Leoric and Li Ming coming out from Die for Vision. Two heroes that can do a lot of damage to that Deathwing. Leoric with his Drain Life, and Li Ming just, hey, he's a big target. Can hit with the magic missiles pretty easily, can hit with the arcane orbs as well. Third and final ban for ReGen Anomaly gonna be Stukov. And it's gonna be Vala. All right, fair enough, fair enough. Atlas. So what are we gonna see now to couple with the Oriole? Are we gonna see like a Gul'dan? It could be the Jaina, I suppose. Genji's gonna go into the Blaze. I like Blaze against Deathwing, so I like that as a pickup, and it is going to be the Jaina as well. Alrighty, so we've got Johanna, Leoric, Li Ming, so we need a healer, and we need another damage. So we could see something like a Tychus. Tychus gets a spell shield to deal with Jaina, also has the % damage to go into Blaze and Deathwing. So I think he's a pretty well-rounded pick there. So is Leoric and Earl Schlepp. Johanna. All right, last pick for ReGen Anomaly here. They need another damage. Could be a Rainer. Oh, it's going to be a Nazebo. All right, all right. That's actually... Oh, man. Oh, that's brutal. So, Leoric can ghost walk out of a zombie wall, but the rest of those heroes don't really have that. Johanna can't use her indestructible... Or, I'm sorry, her... Wow. Hold your ground is this talent. Iron Skin, there we go. She can't use her Iron Skin to get out of a zombie wall. So if they can land a good zombie wall... it's up to Tychus, basically, or I guess a Wave of Force Li Ming, which she might not go to open up that zombie wall. Zombie wall works really great against Deathwing, too. All right, who do you think is going to win game number 1 here between Die for Vision and ReGen Anomaly? Is it going to be the Deathwing Oriole comp? Is it enough to have these two top-tier heroes? Or is it gonna be the counter Deathwing comp? Die for Vision on the left, ReGen Anomaly on the right. Vote in chat, hit the drop down, select the team you think is gonna win, or the team you want to win, whatever. Hit the vote button, and let's get into game number 1 between Die for Vision on the left and ReGen Anomaly on the right. Starting with Die for Vision over here, we've got Atlas on the Leoric, Sulfide on the Tychus, Earl Schlepp playing the Johanna, Darker Black on the Li Ming, and Shamhat on Anduin. Over here for ReGen Anomaly, we got Full Mango playing the Deathwing, Anners playing Oriole, Genji's on the Blaze, Carve gonna be playing that Jaina, and Naisu on the Nazebro. Let's take a look at our talents here. Nazebo going into Toad build. We've got the new habits for Blaze, given that unstoppable. Searing Light for the Oriole as well, so she'll be able to heal while also doing some damage with those abilities. Meanwhile, we've got Fealty Unto Death for the Leoric, giving him extra healing and mana when he kills minions or has his own minions dead. And there's a Jet Propulsion coming in from Blaze. They were looking for the zombie wall, just a little bit off there to get the Johanna. Also, the Bold Strategy from Anduin, looking for that additional healing from damaging heroes, but also the Renew talent, giving the heal over time effect anytime he auto-attacks a hero on his next heal. Power Hungry for Li Ming, so she's looking for those globes to give her that extra burst in damage. Hold your ground for the Johanna as well, so she's going to have more of those shields more often, getting out of the that unstoppable effect to help with potentially the Ring of Frost or the Blaze Stun. So 50-50 on the votes. Not a big surprise. These teams are fairly-ish close in the standings. So we'll see how this works out. Dragon Soul as well picked up for the Deathwing, giving him the ability to heal anytime he uses that Incinerate, that point blank AoE burst of fire, or when he uses that Lava Burst, that zone on the ground that slows so significantly and zones really well, especially with that Earth Shatter. So the rotation down onto the Deathwing, but the reality is that it's very difficult to gank a Deathwing. He just walks away. So unless you can body block him or make use of something like an Entomb, it's very difficult to get him. Currently 4 globes here for the Fingers of Frost on Jaina as level 4 coming online for ReGen Anomaly. And they do get their Bruiser Camp there picked up pretty quickly here. And they're going to make use of that to just keep the rotations going here. Maybe try to look for a gank onto somebody here, but it doesn't look like that's going to get any real purchase. Nazebo sitting at 35 stacks already, so doing pretty decently on the minion wave count so far here. Missed a few there. Probably needs the team to relax on that AoE just a brief moment. Especially when you're doing this double rotation with Nazebo on Tomb of the Spider Queen. It's the lanes are so close together that Nazebo can get, in theory, if everything goes really well, 14 per minion wave, which is just absolutely bonkers. Jet Propulsion going in. Doesn't quite get the purchase they need to get the stun. Genji's using the Pyromania to get that armor, but that is gone now. Nice zombie wall, though, and the Leap of Faith pulling Tychus out, but it's going to be Li Ming falling first. First blood going over to ReGen Anomaly. But it's 33 gems turned in so far for Die for Vision. They almost have enough for a turn-in. They might have even been there a moment ago, except for that death on the Li Ming. And now they do. So just need to look for that opportunity. Jet Propulsion splitting the uprights there between Tychus and Leoric. Tychus using that run and gun to get right on out of there. And Die for Vision doing a pretty solid job of blocking or preventing these turn-ins. Genji's is body blocked here. The zombie wall is going to land there on Tychus, and he is extremely low. The long-range flame stream there from Blaze finishing the job. And a couple of gems there were left. Oh, never mind. That was the red gems. So still, only the gems from Die for Vision have been turned in, but Li Ming here missed the detainment strike. Does she make it out? Nah. But even with those 3 kills, it's going to be Die for Vision getting their Web Weavers up first. And Li Ming will be up about the same time that the Web Weavers make it into the middle of the lane here. So she won't be too far off. We'll have to see how much value can they get out of this push. Detainment strike sitting at 1. We do have, interestingly enough, Skyfall here, so the extra healing when he drops those meteors also allows him to drop faster. Allows Deathwing to be back on the map faster. Does not allow him to do anything special with his ability. So when he lands, he still has 3 seconds until he can cast any of his abilities. He can auto attack, and that's it. So top lane, the wall is going to be down, but that's all the value that they're going to get. In the mid lane, we've got Nazebo doing pretty well on clearing that out. Only a little bit of damage onto the wall here. And the Web Weaver in the bot lane. Getting the wall. And that looks like it's probably about it. Maybe a little bit of damage here. Checking back up top, though, looking for that kill onto Blaze. Not quite enough damage to get there, although we do have a full orb build Li Ming so far, so a couple of those shots will take just about anybody down. Oh, there you go. And of note there, Genji's has 33 of the gems. But there are 84 total here for ReGen Anomaly, nearly getting the kill with that orb onto Blaze. So we're going to see a couple of backs behind the wall. 46 available for Die for Vision. So they're going to start turning some of these in the bot half. Leoric possibly looking as well, has another 14 to turn in. So that puts him over the halfway mark. going forward. We do have ultimates coming up. The Bellowing Roar for Deathwing here. Also the Resurrect, Ring of Frost, the Bunker, and Dead Li Ming. Thanks to the Ring of Frost. And also the Gargantuan. On the other side, though, we've got the Draken Laser Drill, that Entomb that I mentioned earlier. Li Ming going into the Disintegrate. Got that Blessed Shield, and Anduin not yet chosen. Couple of ways to interrupt a Salvation. No big, obvious, like, Pyroblasts or anything like that, or Triple Tap. Anything that needs an immediate protect. But it is still a lot of healing, and that could be very beneficial if you wanted to, say, counter a Jaina Burst. Johanna going in there, getting the pull onto a couple. But we do have ReGen Anomaly getting 34 turned in now, so looking really for that Blaze. Are both teams. Blaze wants to get turned in. Die for Vision looking for a kill. Wants to maybe drop those 40 gems. Looked like we had the Blessed Shield go out there, but it didn't connect. It didn't matter. But now Oriel coming back here. Gets the Detainment Strike, and is it another kill? It is absolutely killed. Couple more gems turned in here. Still the Blaze, though, the primary holder of gems. But both sides now have enough for turn in. Earl Schlepp, the Johanna, the one with the most gems here. And it turns out that Oriel, if you can get a kill, and that allows for Li Ming to get resets, that she can do a lot of damage when you resurrect, if you don't have enough teammates there to help you out. Blue Web Weavers coming in. They're going to start here in the mid lane, get what they can for damage onto this well. And looking for the Jaina. They got the Entomb. There's the Ring of Frost, but it's going to be too late. Jaina going to get taken out. Blaze, however, looking just fine. Has a bunker. Got caught, I think, by the Blessed Shield in there as well, but it's a 1-for-1 trade so far here. With the Web Weavers active, I think that still generally slightly favors Die for Vision, as 13's coming up here for ReGen Anomaly. Deathwing in the bot lane will be able to take out the Web Weaver before it's able to even get to the fort. But Die for Vision's going to get double forts out of this, mid and top. So, all told, a very solid objective. Started off by getting the value in that mid lane, getting the Jaina down, the Jet Propulsion, just missing Tychus there. Naisu getting a Naisu Orb. Li Ming going into the zombie wall, does not even care, says, you know what? I will disintegrate you. Not quite able to get the kill, though. 13's now available here for Die for Vision. I think this is I've been seeing this a lot, so, and by a lot, I don't mean a lot, but enough. That's the stuff. Great talent if you take, for example, the Master Assassin, maybe even if you take the Bigger They Are, because you're getting a lot of that healing back, and it's pretty much as soon as you use it. I feel like if you take in the Rhythm, which is what we have, it's a lost talent, because by the time you get all those stacks, I mean, that's 5 seconds you're waiting on healing right now, almost. Whereas I feel like the Spell Armor would have helped to reduce the damage from both Jaina and Deathwing and Nazeebo. Like, Spell Armor would have been fantastic here. Just a thought. Here comes Deathwing landing right now, looking for the Johanna right now, it looks like. But she's unstoppable, is going to be here. Here comes Cataclysm going backwards, as Deathwing did not want to hang out for too long with the rest of the team pulling back. ReGen Anomaly still looking for their first turn in. They've gotten 40 gems turned in. Need 10 more. Who all has these gems, you may be asking? Well, most of the team could turn in at this point, with the exception of Jaina and Oriel, and Oriel's actually very close. So Leoric's going to stall out the turn there. with the Li Ming getting the orb damage as well. So Anders gonna get brought down a bit. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Deathwing doing everything that they can to just keep this lane pushed back, gather the XP. But I feel like right now, I don't feel like Deathwing has brought a lot to this comp so far. So we'll have to see. He's up in the air now. Does have that AoE fear, but again, when he lands, it's a 3-second. Oh, what's this one? I don't. Oh, okay. So reduced cooldown on the Earth Shatter, but more importantly, the 60% slow on the Chomp, on his Onslaught. Let's zoom out since our teams are kind of dancing back and forth here. And once again here, we got enough for Die for Vision to turn in, and it looks like they're going to get at least some of these turned in. Oh no, Johanna doesn't have quite enough, but she has all but 2. Anduin down here in the bot does have the 2 needed to get this going once again in favor of Die for Vision. So that's 3 turn-ins in a row, and the game just paused. There we go. All right, that's fun. Well, we're back. So 3 turn-ins in a row here for Die for Vision, and they're going to start heading up into the top lane. They got Web Weavers coming in. They should be able to take out this wall. They're leaving. ReGen Anomaly's got Deathwing in the bottom once again to deal with the Web Weaver coming in there to protect that fort. I think Deathwing at this point should be up here with the team. With this 5-man push here, if Leoric gets a good entomb, and especially with the zombie wall being down here, this could even lead to a game if they get a. There's one, the Oriole. It looks like Blaze went into the bunker. Ring of Frost coming down. We've got the Salvation in the back. Genji's is getting the stun onto Sulfide. Earlschlep, however, the one that's falling extremely low, is going to have to pull back a little bit. And Deathwing in the air now, dropping those meteors. And here comes the fear, probably? Maybe not? Oh, that's right, 3 seconds. Big onslaught onto the Leoric. There's the fear. Gets both of the tanks here. Jet propulsion coming in. Deathwing's going to fall. Earlschlep in the team. But we see Li Ming getting just tons of damage. Looking for kills. Leoric's going to fall. Blaze also falling. Look at those gems. 60, 70, almost 80 gems on the ground there. And that is a huge bonus for Die for Vision. Looking for another kill as they get it onto the Oriole. And that's 40-something, 100+ gems down the drain. And Li Ming nearly falling to the keep, but able to be kept alive by the Anduin for just the briefest of moments. And it's all that they needed to be able to make it out. Now, this is super questionable. Like, I don't know if they can... What do they have? They got Blaze coming up. It's just Jaina and Deathwing. Here comes Deathwing. And, I don't know about this, guys. Yeah, okay, so you got a little bit of value onto the core. The question is, can you get out? And at least right now, it looks like the answer is yes, although Blaze might be able to get a jet propulsion. Is going to get the stall onto Leo, but it looks like they're going to make it out. All right, level 18 to 17. 7 kills to 6. So far, this game has been largely dominated for Die for Vision. Big Flame Breath on from the Deathwing, but it's not going to matter. He's going to get taken out. Salvation used here. Blaze getting pulled in by Johanna. There goes the Blessed Shield. Blaze is going to jet propulsion right on out. Gargantuan going to be left behind and could see... Well, no, they're not close enough. Leoric is going to get the life drain out onto the Nazebo, and the laser drill coming down. They're looking to make their way onto the core. 30 seconds until Deathwing comes in. And if ReGen Anomaly can defend this, they've got a huge value. Leoric is going to go down 60% on the core. Johanna holding on to all of the damage, but next to fall. The core's sitting at 48%, and Die for Vision is in full retreat. The jet propulsion coming in onto Anduin. They do get the counter kill onto Blaze, but Blaze is going to be back thanks to that resurrect. And level 20s coming up soon for Die for Vision, but just a little bit too late to help them with that push. Deathwing back up in the air. And now, ReGen Anomaly gonna turn in? Gonna turn in. Not gonna turn in? ReGen Anomaly doesn't know what they're doing. A lot of dancing around. Literally running in circles around this wall. Literally running in circles around this wall. Nothing going. This is just a, like, I thought they were coming for this camp. They didn't go for this camp. I thought they were going to turn in. They didn't turn in. The Detainment Strike on the Tychus is going to keep them safe. Blaze looking for the Li Ming. Not a fight I think that Full Mango wins. If Li Ming is good about dodging, like this camp should have been done like literally a minute ago at this point. Level 10's up for both teams. Let's take a look at what we've got. We got the slowing disintegrates. We got the indestructible out of Johanna. Got the additional leap of faith here. Glyph of faith. Jet propulsion coming in. There goes the entomb, the buried alive, and Li Ming just gonna delete Jaina. She's coming back soon, but the stasis on Naisu, that ice block, Atlas trying to stay onto the Oriole as Nazebo's gonna fall. Li Ming once again, more disintegrates. Atlas just going to town with his healing, somehow staying alive, but will eventually fall. And ReGen Anomaly in retreat as Oriole's going to fall next. Darker Black, however, went a little too deep. So a 2-for-2 trade, losing some of those gems as well. The leap of faith onto Johanna is going to keep Johanna back into this. The fear going out onto nobody. And it's going to be Tychus taking out the Jaina. And Deathwing has no health. And Blaze is by himself. I don't know. They don't have a minion wave, and they just have Tychus. I don't know if this is enough. They have a long time, but Tychus, it's Tychus. If Tychus can kill the Blaze, then they're in great shape, and right now it's not looking great for Blaze. Here comes the Deathwing. Did he take the... What did he take? Destroyer's Rampage. So he does a lot of damage, but he didn't have enough health. Game number 1 going over to Die for Vision, saying, hey, you know what? You can have Oriole, you can have Deathwing, we don't care. What a game that was. I'm eating cookies right now, says ReGen, playing the game on hard mode. Determined to win game without a turn-in. Yeah, it was unfortunate having a couple of deaths there on the Blaze and Nazebo near the end. Losing 100+ gems was just... Actually, it was like 120 gems. I mean, they had 2 turn-ins worth of gems that they just could not get turned in. Some of these other level 20 talents, so Tychus taking sizzling attacks, not a surprise when you got the Blaze and Deathwing. I think we covered all the rest of these. We also have the Cold Snap for Jaina, Light Speed for Oriole. We saw that Destroyer's Rampage getting the additional damage when Deathwing lands in Destroyer form. Just not quite able to get what they needed to out of it. Fortified Bunker, so 50 armor when you come out of that bunker. And of course also you get to do the oil spill. And Vile Infection, which pretty sure was online. I didn't actually check that. So game number 1 going over to Die for Vision. Great start for them in this best of 3 series. We'll have to see what they do to come back into this. All right, thanks for stopping by, Silvara. Glad you could make it as always. Alrighty, so let's see if we can check in. They want... Alright, so it sounds like we're going to Cursed Hollow. First pick. Oh, okay. Let's see. So this is D4V versus RGA. All right, so our next game is going to be Cursed Hollow. It was the selection of Die for Vision. Let's take a look at our maps. So we started off Die for Vision banning out the Battlefield of Eternity and Braxis Holdout. We had ReGen Anomaly banning out the Infernal Shrines and Towers of Doom. Game number 1 there, picked by ReGen Anomaly, was won by Die for Vision. And game number 2 here is going to be on Cursed Hollow, the selection of Die for Vision. We're going to take just a brief moment as we get the teams set up for this game number 2. We'll be right back.
Hey, y'all out there. If you're gonna get through the summer, you need stamina. You need strength. You need Takis Finley's Bust Your Workout. You want a beach buddy for the first time in your timid little life? Well, I got the toughest fitness program in the multiverse. But you cannot argue with results. I guarantee I can turn anybody into a rock-solid hero!
Looks like you need a timeout.
Takis Finley, Bust Your Takis Finley are not responsible for damage inflicted by cannonballs, ghost pirates, enemy minions, garden terrors, web weavers, dragon knights, or immortals. Please consult the sport class to determine if Bust Your scrappy, all sales, pyro. As I was saying, I can transform any... Now listen, you know none of this is legally binding, right? Hell, it's about summertime.
All right, welcome back. We are ready and going to our draft into the Cursed Hollow. So game number 1, we saw no bans on Deathwing or Oriole. They were both picked up by ReGen Anomaly. We're going to see the Falstad band out first, and I like the Falstad band here. This is a very good map for Falstad. Going to continue on with the Maiev band. So both of these banned out in game number 1. And there goes the Leoric. So in game 1, they banned out Sylvanas. And there's Deathwing, and that makes sense. Banning out the Leoric means Deathwing is certainly a little bit more viable. So getting rid of that, especially on a global map like this, we're going to see, once again, the return of the Oriole. Did you want to say hi? Is that what you're doing? Gonna be Kael'thas Diablo. So Kael'thas was banned out last game by Die for Vision. This time they're gonna pick that Kael'thas up. We're going into Genjesus with the Garrosh. And on a map like this, that could work really well with the Oriole. A good throw with a Detainment Strike into a wall, and these walls are pretty close together. That's why they picked up the Diablo. Greymane going to be the pickup here of Nisu. Gonna have that potential for Cursed Bullet into the Diablo to help burst them down. Again with the Garrosh throw, along with that, is it Warbreaker? Warbringer? Anyways, his Q. Ground Stomp. Ground Smash? Because his level 1 talent is Warbreaker. Anyways, Rexar going to be the ban. That is a full mango special. And finally, the Hanzo. Kael'thas. Alright, so we're going to see 2 heroes that were banned out last game. Stukov and Sylvanas. So really the potential for some significant push here. Wouldn't be surprised to see another hero that does some significant push. But that's going to be their solo lane. So maybe a Sonya? Could they put in a Sonya with this? They could see a Blaze. Doesn't really do great with the push, but has good wave clears. So could clear the wave a little bit easier. And it's going to be Thrall, going to be played in the 4-man by Carve there. And Full Mango taking the Malthael, so... So a very melee-heavy team into this Kael'thas and Sylvanas comp. So a lot of potential to spread damage. I think Sonya would work really well here, as long as they're mindful of the Auriel and don't get smashed. But it is going to be Blaze. But again, for all the same reasons that I was just talking about, Blaze works great. I mean, Pyromania would do wonders into this team. Especially if you take Meltdown. I mean, all of those heroes are going to be close together. A Meltdown would reduce everybody's damage. You could also see slowed auto attacks at 13. Pyromania does some of its own damage, so I like the Blaze pickup a lot. Gives them a very beefy front line. And it fits the fire theme with the Diablo, Blaze, and Kael'thas. All right, who do you think is going to win game number 2? Is it going to be the fire theme on the left here coming from Dive for Vision, or is it going to be the Garrosh pick comp coming out from ReGen Anomaly? Vote in chat up at the top right there. Just hit that little down arrow. Select the team that you think is going to win or that you would like to win. Hit that vote button, and then we'll talk about it in a few minutes. But let's talk about our teams right now. We got on the left, Dive for Vision. Sham had on the Stukov, Darker Black playing the Sylvanas. Soulfight on the Kael'thas, Earl Schlepp on Diablo, and Atlas on the Blaze. On the right, ReGen Anomaly looking to equalize this score. Nisu playing the Greymane, Anners on the Auriel, Genjisus on Garrosh, Carve on the Thrall, and Full Mango on the Malthael. All right, what do we got? Checking in on these talents, so we got Echo of the Elements, the Searing Light as we saw last game. Got that Warbreaker I mentioned for the Groundbreaker ability that I couldn't remember the name of. Diablo gonna flip that Garrosh Jet Propulsion stun along with the silence from Stukov, and that's gonna be a quick kill onto the Garrosh being completely surrounded by heroes. Could they get another kill? They do! 2 kills in 35 seconds. What a way to start this game for Dive for Vision. ReGen Anomaly had the Malthael up in the top, but ultimately all of the minions are still up for Blaze to gather that XP, as Sylvanas gonna head into the bot lane and gather what she can down here. Thrall will make his way down here in just a few moments. And the camps are up and available. That XP boost giving our left team, Dive for Vision, just about a half a level in XP. Well, sitting at about 3/4 of a level of a lead here, but that'll equalize out with minions overall. All right, votes are in. Chat says ReGen Anomaly is going to take this one home, make this a 3-game series. And there we go with the siege camps being picked up by both teams here. Can RGA bounce back? They definitely have the potential. I mean, they've got the Cursed Bullet and the Last Rites combo here, so if they can pull off the picks with Garrosh, they can get an easy kill onto anybody. I mean, Diablo or Blaze would be great, right? They want to be right up in the face of Garrosh, and he can throw taunt, smash him, whatever he wants to do to get those quick kills in. Or you could see Garrosh hiding in a bush. Bruiser camps coming into the middle. They're going to meet almost exactly center. Just tells you how close these two teams were in getting these done. Now, have to be careful with the Kael'thas living bombs. Sitting there on that mage minion meant that everybody had to spread around. Not quite able to get that stun onto the Garrosh. And Blaze going back, getting filled up on the health and mana. Malthael sitting about a third on mana, so is going to go ahead and Hearth as well. Has on a Pale Horse, so we'll be back pretty much about the time that this is ready to spawn. And we'll see Thrall versus Sylvanas here. Sylvanas is going to be the first one to leave. We didn't really talk about their talents, by the way. We've got that Mana Addict and New Habit, so both globe talents. We also have the Spine Launcher, giving Stukov the ability to attack from ranged and slow. But with 3 heroes being blocked out, it's not going to matter because Malthael up there above is keeping the rest of the team busy. And the flip onto the Garrosh here. He's going to pop that Indomitable, throw out the Diablo. So Diablo's backing away here. He's getting very low. Could be the next one to fall here. And that's going to be it. Sylvanas in the back here. I don't think she's got her Haunting Wave. So just trying to make it away from the Greymane. Oh my goodness. What a play from Greymane. Sylvanas thought she was juking, but took a couple of bullet shots there with the long range cocktail, hitting the wall and taking Sylvanas out. Greymane having to dive away, does spread the living bomb to the team though. Now has to be really careful because spreading it back would have probably killed the Greymane there. Jet propulsion coming from Atlas, not quite able to hit onto the Malthael in the lane here. We're going to see the rotation coming from Thrall and Sylvanas back toward bot lane, although Sylvanas instead may be looking to try to get some stacks here. Just barely dodging the Detainment Strike. All right. Second tribute of the game coming up. Diablo surrounded by red. We got Greymane looking for the Stukov. The silence coming out. Garrosh is going to throw, looking for that Detainment Strike. They get the root, and that's going to be another kill for ReGen Anomaly. And it looks like Die for Vision with that death is going to go ahead and just pick up XP elsewhere. Diablo looking for this kill onto Carve, though. Thrall making use of that movement speed to get out of dodge. And here comes Anders to support the crew. Garrosh looking, pops the Unstoppable, making sure that he doesn't get stopped. Doesn't have a potential for a flip or a charge stun out of Diablo. No level 7 yet for Sylvanas. Hasn't seemed to decide on whether or not they want the Haunting Wave adds 3 stacks or something else. Sitting at 8 stacks on Unfurling Shadow so far, and considering this is a very melee heavy team, I would have expected to see that a little bit higher. There's that Haunting Wave, so that's going to help overall. Good positioning here by Die for Vision, zoning out the team from coming from below here. But Naisu is going to get the stall. Blaze is going to get that jet propulsion. A big stun with silence coming in. Living bomb spreading. And there's almost no health on the side of ReGen Anomaly. A big stun onto the Malthael, into the wall. Jet propulsion just barely missing. As now Sylvanas going to get taken out by the... oh, that was Sylvanas that went in, not the Blaze. Never mind, that's why it didn't stun him. Alright, well, 1 for 1. Ultimately, the last right's confirming the kill onto Sylvanas. But what else do we got? We got the Warlord's Challenge from the Garrosh. Oriole taking that Resurrect, as mentioned last game. We got Thrall going into the Earthquake here. Diablo looking for this Garrosh, but is in a little awkward of a place with the Greymane coming behind. The Thrall Earthquake going to help to secure that kill onto Diablo. Sulfide having to pull back. Shamad, however, not likely to make it out of this one. And Sulfide might have just said, okay. This is a great play for ReGen Anomaly as the next point coming up here. Sylvanas tried to do a little bit of a dance here. Is going to get caught by the Groundbreaker. Is going to get thrown behind. And that is another kill. A staggered death here. And with that, ReGen Anomaly going to get the boss. Does that give Die for Vision enough time to stall out the point? Diablo's going to pop... not Diablo. Garrosh is going to pop the Indomitable, so he has the Unstoppable. There goes the boss. Sylvanas is pretty far away. Oh my goodness. Diablo getting just deleted with the combo there between the Curse Bullet and the Detainment Strike here. The knockback going out onto Garrosh, but Blaze was in that bunker, is using Pyromania to try to survive, just not able to do it. The throw onto Sylvanas is going to keep her from using that Haunting Wave, so no Unstoppable from her. And now with a boss in the top lane, Curse coming in, this is going to be some high value play out of ReGen Anomaly. Welcome, King Spasmaticus. Glad you could join us tonight. Curse going over in favor of ReGen Anomaly, so we've got the team spreading out into all 3 lanes, picking up as much XP as they possibly can. This is especially good for Thrall if he hasn't completed his Echo of the Elements, but he has. Top lane going to go down. Thrall, not really sure where he wants to go yet. Wants to be safe. Looks like he's going to rotate up with the team as Malthael versus Blaze in the bot lane. But with the boss still sitting at 2/3 health and ReGen Anomaly at level 13 now, looking to push in onto this keep wall. Wall is down. Garrosh throws out the Diablo, and that's one quickly dead Diablo. Shamhat trying to make it away, does not have the knockback though. Boss now sitting at half health. Making it all the way. Oh, we got Sulfide being thrown in this time, and the boss coming in. The kill going over to Greymane, though, and that's going to be a keep going down. Do they look for more? I don't think they do. Not with the death timers as short as they are. I think that they just accept that. It looks like Malthael's going to have to hearth away here. They'll get pressure from the siege camp here. Diablo, just checking, seeing what's going on over here. And now, rotating into the boss. So this is potentially the area for, okay, I was gonna say, if they're rotating the boss, this is the area that they could get caught. Oh, Blaze, buddy. Blaze, I hope you got a bunker. There's that bunker, there's the silence coming out as well. Blaze is gonna get out. The Apocalypse getting the flip onto Thrall. Thrall's in the silence, so he gets thrown away with the living bomb into the entire team. Oh my goodness. Oh, they had to spread so fast, and that cost them big. Oriole gonna go down, does have resurrect, but it's not looking great for the red team here. The knockback is not gonna get Genjisus. They're close. The shield going out. What did he get a shield from? I'm so confused. Oh, because of the Warbreaker at 13. Or Groundbreaker. So ultimately that turned around. I think that if they didn't use the Flailing Swipe, that actually probably turns into a team wipe. But didn't quite get it. And that shield saving Garrosh. Full Mango, though, doesn't have a lot of health. Has to be a little bit careful here. And once again, boss play on the aggressive side. They're looking, can they finish it off? Genji's getting the taunt. They're so close, they can't quite get in there. But it may cost some heroes here, as Malthael going to be the first to fall. Blaze cannot get past the boss. Darker Black looking for the Thrall. But at this point, I think they need to just accept that they got the Malthael kill. They don't even need to worry about this tribute. It's just the first one. Clear out this boss. You've already lost enough structures here, and you don't want to lose another hero, which could potentially be the case. Because there's still the potential for that big blow up between Thrall and Greymane. I mean, a Cursed Bullet followed up by a Feral Spirit would be a big problem. Worldbreaker? Yeah, that's actually... I got to muck around with that in a brawl today. It's so much fun. It's such a meme talent, though. But on a map like this, you're right. I mean, the spaces are pretty thin between these lanes, and you know, on a point, so you can really block somebody in for that period of time and cause a lot of problems for them. Is that the slow talent on 13? It is, in fact, the slow talent. Backdraft, 30% slow. So going into the living bombs, I'm a little surprised by that. I think that the radius probably would have been pretty fantastic, although, you know, Anomaly's been pretty good about not spreading the bombs. There have only been a couple of times where that's, you know, really happened. But with the vision picked up here, it's 1 tribute to 1 tribute. Good on Blaze to check the bush. And Diablo's really far forward here without a team. Needs to be a little bit more careful, I think, than he's being, but ultimately pressuring them back. There's Diablo charge, but misses the stun. Doesn't get it on the second round either. Here comes the Apocalypse looking for this kill in the front line. Can they get the kill on again? Jesus, they do. But Diablo very low, may fall to the last rites. Is going to. Here comes the Garrosh back into this. Gets a big taunt onto the Blaze and Stukov. And if they can just avoid spreading the living bombs, well, they don't. They get that death onto Greymane here. And Kael'thas is... Oh, the flip. Oh, that was so close to very bad. But instead, they got the kill. But Kael'thas has to be extra careful here. And that's why. Because I was going to say, like, Diablo's low. Kael'thas has no health. And this, like, this siege camp right now is the only thing that is keeping Die for Vision in this game right now. Because without that siege camp, there would have been a couple of catapults there at the core, and that would have been enough for ReGen Anomaly to start pushing on that core, having that siege value behind them. All right, 17 to 19. We do still have the Malthael down for a few moments here, and this is a very important tribute. Not only is it 17 to 19 coming up on 20 soon here, but it's Curse Point. ReGen Anomaly, if they get this, will likely get level 20 in the process, and it's going to be very difficult for Die for Vision. But ReGen Anomaly saying, you know what, we don't have to die for this. We'll let you have it. We'll go get the boss. And the boss is going straight to keep. Straight to core, rather. So does Die for Vision recognize this? They need to not get dismounted. Okay, so Sylvanas got dismounted. They know he's there. Diablo coming in, looking for that charge. Gotta get in there. Does make it. Has to now survive. Here comes the Apocalypse. Garrosh silenced in the back here. We got a lot of damage coming out. Blaze has to bunker. The push out. Oh my gosh. And Die for Vision gets it. The last right's going on to the wrong target. And ReGen Anomaly is just getting melted. But so now is Stukov and Sylvanas. The Oriole Resurrect coming in. Soon to be another kill. Earlschlep maybe the follow-up? I don't even know what's happening. Can Blaze even survive? I don't think Blaze can against an Oriole and a Greymane. That boss all of a sudden means absolutely nothing. Blaze should be able to jet propulsion out. Oh no! No! Did that just happen? He's... Wow! And Blaze survives, at least for the moment. Has to kind of juke that that shot onto the core. And the curse point picked up by Malthael. Here comes the curse. Only Blaze to have to deal with the Greymane and Oriole and soon to be Malthael. This is looking very much like we're going to a game number 3. Maybe. Sylvanas is back. Kael'thas is back. I thought it was going to be game number 3. We're just going to lose all the keeps. Garrosh has not selected a level 20. Also, of note, has a couple of different abilities here. Hitting a hero with Groundbreaker Stun, the Q, and throwing them with Wrecking Ball within 3 seconds reduces the Wrecking Ball. So you stun them first, then throw them, and it reduces the cooldown. All right, here we go. Level 20s on both sides here. Gonna see the throw onto Stukov. That's a quick burn. Here comes the Apocalypse after Hellgate from the Diablo. Full Mango there is doing just fine. Never mind. Last right's coming out onto the Garrosh. I'm sorry, the Diablo. Darker Black gonna be the next as they got taunted, and the double throw. It's gonna be a quad kill. In fact, I think that was a mega kill. I think that Diablo already died, and that's the second time Diablo dies. So a 6 kill, whatever that is. 6 killed in favor of ReGen Anomaly. And let's take a look at these stats. Very different game from game number 1. 13 kills to 30. Almost like they stung the hornet's nest. The disrespectful. I think that they were hoping that they could get the kill onto that Blaze. So there you go. Level 20s, Sylvanas didn't get hers. These came up just at the very end, right in the middle of that curse. But as pointed out, Angelic Flight, not something you see very often. Didn't quite get the kill, but could have. If the flight was just a little bit, like 5 feet more, that would have been a dead Blaze there, and probably the end of the game. Otherwise, pretty standard out of these, right? Shields for the heroes. All right, then. Sounds like we've got Die for Vision looking to take first pick. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a moment.
When I was young, I lived a life of recklessness. In my selfishness, I inflicted pain and hurt those I cared for. I have learned many lessons in my struggles with doubt and fear. Balance and harmony are not easily attained. They must be fought for! But on my journey, I have learned another lesson. You do not have to fight alone.
Let's do this!
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're coming in for game number 3 between Die for Vision and ReGen Anomaly, and this has been an absolutely stellar series. Exactly as I expected this to be. Both of these teams have performed really well in Division C this season, so I'm really glad that we're getting the opportunity to see this. And we are all set and ready to go for game number 3, so let's check in and confirm what we've had coming up unto this point. Game number 1 was selected by ReGen Anomaly there. It was Tomb of the Spider Queen. That was won by Die for Vision. Game number 2 was selected by Die for Vision. It was run by ReGen Anomaly. And game number 3 here, that was Cursed Hollow, by the way. Game number 3 on Volskaya Foundry, the selection of ReGen Anomaly. All 3 games selected by the team wanting first pick. Our map bans were on Battlefield of Eternity and Brax's Holdout. We also had the ban on the Infernal Shrines and Towers of Doom. Here we are, ready to go for game number 3, Volskaya Foundry. Game number 1, very solidly in the hands of Die for Vision. Game number 2, the reverse. ReGen Anomaly pulling it out strong. But only one team can ultimately win game number 3. So are we going to see another very strong one-sided, or are we going to see a 30-minute slugfest? As we see the Garrosh and Deathwing pulled off by Die for Vision, we're going to see Li Ming and Stukov taken out by ReGen Anomaly. And now the Oriole switching sides, going over to Die for Vision. And we saw how much value Oriole got in that second game. In the first game, not nearly so much, but in the second game, definitely bringing a lot to the table here on these fights. We're going to see Kael'thas and Leoric picked up for ReGen Anomaly. What are we going to pair here? Is it going to be... We saw a Valiban earlier. Could also see something like a Lunara. Gul'dan would be really fantastic here. It's going to be the ETC and Hanzo. Can anybody say Death Mosh? Huh? Death Metal with Resurrect? Double Death Metal with a mosh pit? Can we get 12 seconds of stuns? I would love to see it. Third ban here, gonna be from ReGen Anomaly. No ban on the Falstead, so I'm assuming that that is not Sulfide's pick. It's gonna be instead this Sylvanas. Which again, these are... All of these are really good bans for the map, and they are really targeting the pool of Genjises there, trying to limit the tank options. No ETC, no Johanna, no Garrosh. So we could see Blaze that we saw in game number 1. We could see Mal'Ganis. I think we'll see Mal'Ganis. Mal'Ganis with a Kael'thas would be gross. Nailed it. And Anna's going into the Malfurion, and that is a great combo. You put him to sleep, you root him, and then what? They die. Because they got living bombs on them. They've got flame strikes on them. They've got gravity lapses on them. This is a great CC chain combo. Oh, by the way, they also have a Leoric and Tomb to just go, where you going? You're going nowheres. Atlas and Sulfide. Okay, so it is Sulfide with the Falstad. All right, all right. Atlas picking up the Rexar. Last pick, one more damage here. Is it gonna be that Greymane? They don't really have a lot of ways to disrupt the mosh pit, so probably not. I'm thinking Rainer. Show me the Rainer. All right, fair enough. So we'll have a Sundering. Make sure nobody's moving around over here. Doesn't look like it. So we're good there. We're good there. All right. Third and final game of this best of 3 series. And it's been quite the event. Who do you think is going to win game number 3? Is it going to be on the left, Die for Vision, looking for these big moshes, maybe some mighty gusts, setting up those plays with the Dragon Arrow, coming out for Die for Vision? Or is it going to be this incredibly strong CC chain coming out from ReGen Anomaly? The roots, the stuns, so many different ways to keep heroes locked down where they want them to be. What do you think, chat? Vote in chat at the top right of your screen there. And let's get this game started. I took off the reward tier. Oh, Murda, I got you, buddy. I got you. I'll come back to that. On the left, we have Die for Vision. Earlschlepp going to be the ETC. Darker Black playing the Hanzo. Shamhat going to be playing the Oriole. We got Sulfide on the Falstad. And Atlas on the Rexar. Over here for ReGen Anomaly, it's going to be Genjesus on the Mal'Ganis. Carve playing the Kael'thas. Full Mango on Leoric. Anders going to be playing Malfurion, and Nisu playing the Thrall. Alright, level 1 talents posted here. We got the big gravity laps coming in onto ETC, followed up by the Root. Genjesus getting that sleep onto ETC, and that's going to be First Blood, this time going over to ReGen Anomaly. Alright, so we are going to see the rotation down from Leoric, but a lot of Die for Vision potentially coming down here as well, looking with both the Rexar and the Hanzo, although ultimately changing their mind on that. Going to have the Falstad Oriole up in the top, getting some shots out of the Hanzo, and the support camp just zipping right in onto the map here. So once again, the Echo of the Elements on Thrall. Different Thrall player this game, though. This is the Nisu instead of Carve. We have that fealty unto death here for the Leoric. Also have Mal'Ganis going into time to feed. Time to feed, yeah. So he gets that extra healing anytime he does damage on a kind of a rotation basis there. It's going to be Bribe Wing for Falstad going into Wingman, looking to get additional damage on that Lightning Rod. 5% every time he uses one of those Bribe stacks. The Swoop build here, Bird of Prey, increasing the damage to minions, allowing Rexar to clear the minion waves a little bit faster. And not often picked up, we see increasing clarity. So Shamhat going into that extra damage on Sacred Sweep, and eventually that does get up pretty high. Living Bomb going to get put onto the Falstad there. Has to be a little bit cautious about the Oriole. Don't want to spread that over there. Also the Prog Rock for ETC and the Target Practice for Hanzo. Looking to get those shots in from as far as possible. Here comes a big sleep. Now, can they get the lockdown onto the Falstad? There's the Root. The Fell Claws coming in. Pick up that turret, Earlschlepp. Nisu gonna run in there and grab that turret. So a quick kill onto the Falstad, making use of that CC chain I mentioned at the beginning, getting the sleep, followed by the Root and the stun from the Mal'Ganis. About a 3/4 level lead for ReGen Anomaly at this point. I don't think there's close enough to do anything about this. So that gives all of the item advantage here to ReGen Anomaly. They've got both turrets, I believe, yep. And they're looking for the Falstad. Is going to be able to... Oh, he didn't have Night Rush. Okay. Almost got caught by that Root, so... That'll be down for a few seconds, but Falstad's able to make it out. The channel going to begin by Die for Vision. Here comes Mal'Ganis, starting those Fell Claws, has 2 more. Eventually that runs out though, so he's not got his stun available. And the channel going to be picked up by ReGen Anomaly now. So 51% complete for Die for Vision, as level 7's picked up for ReGen Anomaly. So it's going to be Burn Flesh there for the Kael'thas. Looking for those additional combos. A little bit easier to do when you've got the Misha, right? Getting the 2 players for that 8% burst of damage. It's going to be Leoric going into that Spectral hand as well for his Drain Hope ability, getting the additional range. Feldclaw's going out looking for the Oriole, gets knocked into the wall, but also put her to sleep. Awkward. And Living Bomb gonna get spread there. ETC just walking into the team with that one. Not, oh, can he make it away? I don't know that he's, yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know that he's gonna be able to catch him there. But all three of the items were dropped by ReGen Anomaly, so no deaths on that one from Die for Vision. I think that's, you know, I think that's probably a win. It's not a full win, right? They lost a protector, but they didn't lose anybody, and they pulled out all of those items. Need to be a little careful here. Again, there's a lot of CC potential from ReGen Anomaly, so getting pushed against a wall, especially with the protector there to do additional damage to you, it's not going to do as much damage as it used to do, but it does do plenty of damage still. Getting a laser to the face will hurt. Speaking of laser to the face, laser right over that point. Didn't get the healing well though, so that's still nice and healthy as they're trying to bring that down with the 13 seconds left. They do get it down. The protector's falling low. It's Leoric and Kael'thas in here, so with that glove onto the ETC, well, maybe? I mean, oh, okay, I was gonna say, if they got that kill onto the protector, that could have been very bad for the Kael'thas, but ETC just a little bit early on getting that that power slide. Atlas, however, trying to make use of Misha to zone out for himself. Here comes the stun and the kill onto Mal'Ganis. And that is huge. All the structure values so far in favor of ReGen Anomaly, but it's looking like it's going to be level 10 first for Die for Vision, as both teams looking at their fortification camps. But Malfurion not the best at clearing these, so calling for assists. It looks like, yeah, it looks like Die for Vision's gonna come in here. Do they have bribe stacks? They sure do. And level 10s are available here for Die for Vision only. Although they were very low. This is a fairly squishy team. I mean, they've got the Misha, which is helpful, but Rexar's still a squishy target. And ETC, with the amount of CC that they have, is fairly squishy as well. Good detainment strike here, but Oriel, again, getting put to sleep there. The dragon arrow missing wide. Did drop the turret, so that's not going to get flipped over to the other side here. But Oriel saying, you know what, I can't very well res into this. Here comes the boars coming in. We'll get the heroes all slowed on the side of ReGen Anomaly as the fort doing damage into this minion wave. They had that wave for a few moments, but they're going to rotate in onto the heal camp now. Sad no pyro. Yeah, sorry, I hadn't called that out yet, but here comes a little bit of an engage here from Die for Vision. Not sure it's... Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure that it's quite what they want. There's the Entomb starting off the CC chain onto the ETC, and ETC is going to get taken out. Here comes Carrion Swarm into the backline, but ultimately not a whole lot that can be done there. Falstad getting a little damage from that boomerang. Speaking of our ultimates here, so we've seen a few of these. We saw that Unleash the Boars. We saw the... Well, we haven't seen the Resurrect. They have the potential for it, but haven't really been in a position to use it. Dragon Arrow, the Mighty Gust, and the Mosh Pit. On the other side for ReGen Anomaly, though, we got the Phoenix, Sundering, Twilight Dream, Entomb, and Carrion Swarm. I don't think it's likely that you're going to see the level 20 Phoenix, King Spaz. I think that it's most likely we'll see Flamethrower at level 20. That gives the Kael'thas the additional range for his Flame Strikes. ETC is going to power slide in. They get the stun onto Full Mango. Can they finish it? They do. There's the Gravity Lapse onto Misha, though. Living Bomb going to get spread. Living Bomb has been so valuable here going into Die for Vision. They've been spreading that. Looking for the Mosh. Here's the Mosh. Gets 3. No Sunder available, so that's just full time. Kael'thas going to be the one to go down, and now there's no Kael'thas to spread Living Bombs. Only the Thrall, but the Root's coming out as well. Twilight Dream going to help secure the kill onto Oriel. She's coming back, though. And with, oh my goodness, the power slide, so good. Pick up the bio-emitter, they get it. A triple quad kill eventually coming out from Die for Vision in this. Only the 1 kill, and it's the same thing we saw in the last game. The power of Oriel, when you focus so much onto one target, that target dies, you feel like, hey, I can keep going, I can keep pushing, but ultimately you can't. Because then, suddenly, they're back, and you're down on health and resources, and in this case, the biotic emitter, and nobody's channeling the point, guys. What's up with this? Come on. So that's going to give ReGen Anomaly a big potential here, as Rexar going to get caught by the Entomb, also has the root. However, the Dragon Arrow getting full value there, stunning out the team, and ETC with that big power slide. They're going to take full Mango out again. Yeah, I guess the Leo did die at the beginning of that. That's true. He started that off. All right, so channel 73% Leoric is coming back up, so there is one last fight. Most of the ultimates up here for ReGen Anomaly, most of them down for Die for Vision. They have plenty of time. Die for Vision can actually just pull off this if they want to. Here comes the sleep from Mal'Ganis onto the ETC and Oriole. Oriole's getting pretty low. They do have the resurrect if she falls. The Mighty Gust pushing ETC back. There comes the Biotic Emitter along with the Entomb here. Shamhat doing so much work trying to keep the ETC alive. Went in, is going to get the resurrect onto ETC, but is it going to be enough? Twilight Dream coming out. Falstad is going to fall, and so is Oriole. And in this case, ReGen Anomaly was able to keep themselves spread apart enough and isolate that ETC on the point. I think that ultimately the Die for Vision in that case could have just simply backed away, gotten 16, come back in and taken that fight. They had the biotic emitter, they had the full disengage. Ultimately, ETC got pushed up because of the no, he didn't. Never mind. ETC didn't get pushed up, then ETC's on the same team as Gust. Oh, what are you doing, ETC? Like, you don't get this now. There's no way. Like, leave Misha. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, no, guys. Okay, well, Falstad just flew in. Misha now down. Hanzo's gonna get the Dragon Arrow. And they're looking for the kill onto the Leoric, but they get the kill onto the Mal'Ganis instead here. Protector is not picked up here. Big Mosh, can it be enough? Can they get the interrupt? There's no Twidream though. The Sundering coming out, and now the Living Bomb is going to get spread. They get the kill onto Kael'thas, and Leoric did finally get into the Protector. Die for Vision getting 2 kills on that. And if they had just made a little bit more value out of that mosh pit, that would have turned into a lot more, possibly even enough to keep them from getting this Protector. But Falstad getting just destroyed by that machine gun. And the mid fort is going to go down. Looking for this kill onto the Malfurion. The glove going to hit Misha, sending her back onto the conveyor belt. And there's the Strangling Roots onto ETC. And ETC, taking that prog rock talent, doesn't have the 20 yet, we'll get it now, is kind of doubly affected by that heal talent, right? Because can't get as much healing out of the prog rock value, and also can't get as much by the Oriole. But that was a fantastic power slide. Looking for a little bit more. Here comes the Boars, looking to slow down the team as they get the stun out onto Leoric, but the Phoenix is going to help zone out the team a little bit. As you see there, ETC the only one willing to go into that Phoenix, but that was a great start, getting the kill onto Malfurion. But Mal'Ganis going to get stunned by the Misha here. We see the bribe stacks coming out from Falstad as well. Nearly falling to Thrall. Has to be a little bit careful there. And just the 1 kill. Oh, but Oriole all by herself. What happened to the team? I can only imagine comms there. Guys? Guys? Hello? Hello? You there? And we see Leoric here guarding the res. Making sure that Oriole can't come back into this fight right away. And I think that's fine. I mean, it's 20 seconds at this point. You've already kind of passed the time. It's not really worth doing the res. Just disengage. start working on your 20s, right? You're only a quarter level up at this point, is Die for Vision, so, you know, protect your structures, maybe even rotate up and get the support camp. But right now, the priority being looked at here from ReGen Anomaly on the bottom fort for a bit, as now the siege camp going to get picked up in the top lane. And we might even see Thrall and Mal'Ganis look for this. Either that or they're just going to try to bait for this. That seems to be the case. So Leoric just coming back here, had to back. ETC's going to get the power slide in onto Mal'Ganis, the knockback as well. And of note there, Encore from ETC. Living Bomb getting spread to the Misha. ETC's trying to stay on the point, but the thing's not dead yet. Dragon's Arrow is going to miss because of the anti-synergy. The biotic emitter was picked up by Shamhat, dropped just a moment before her death. And ETC's going to fall as well. Make that a triple kill here as Rexar making use of that feigned death. Going to be the next to fall. ReGen Anomaly coming in looking for this aggressive siege camp, and why wouldn't they? Nobody here to stop them. Control point C coming up. And the top fort now going down. ReGen Anomaly currently in control of this game. And only a half a level away from level 20. A little bit less than that now as they take out that tower. 19 available for Die for Vision. So I don't think that they can get level 20 before control point C is done. But they will have it by the time, if they focus on getting the XP. They will have it by the time the Protector makes it to that keep. So at this point, I think they just need to focus on that. And it is going to be that flamethrower. Sorry, King Spaz. I know you wanted that extra Phoenix value, but not today. We do have the Buried Alive there for Leoric, so going to have to be really careful for Die for Vision to make sure that they do not set themselves up in a way that they can get multiple heroes silenced in that entomb. Fortification camp picked up by ReGen Anomaly. They're probably going to look to be aggressive onto this one. The point, however, has been flipped, but Hanzo makes it over the wall just barely, but ETC in so much danger here. If ETC gets taken out and there's no death metal, he took Tourbus. Oh my goodness, Thrall getting destroyed though up above here. Hanzo and Falstad is in danger zone there. Level 20s picked up by both teams, and this is a best case scenario at this point now for Die for Vision. They've got all their heroes. Thrall is dead, and they can make their way onto the point. Oriel taking Shield of Hope, so will not have the light speed, the upgraded Resurrect, and they can get onto this point. Now, I believe with 30 seconds or so for Thrall, that they should be able to have Thrall back before the 100% mark. Misha being sacrificed. Let's see, how long is that? How long is she gone for? Well, it doesn't say. Okay. It's weird. I thought that it would show there. Oh, we can look on his D. What does his D show? Oh, she'll be back here in a few seconds. Falstad, however, gonna get caught by the Entomb, and ETC power sliding in, looking for that mosh, but got interrupted by the Twilight Dream. Can they get the kill on Falstad? Earlship trying so hard, but isn't quite able to get it. The sleep coming out onto 2, make it 3, and the Dragon Arrow is gonna slow down the assault here. Play of the game getting some additional arrow damage in there. But Misha going down is going to make this difficult, and it's important to note that was a 4v5. Starting off with the Entomb onto the Falstad, preventing Falstad from being able to barrel roll out of there. But here comes the Resurrect. Falstad's back, so now it's 5-on-5. And there's just enough time for a tap and coming back in. So this could be the end of the game, depending on how this fight goes. ETC does have Mosh Pit and has the Tourbus, so can get a really strong stun here. But not now. The Wind Tunnel gonna help, but they're gonna lose both ETC and Oriel out of that. Misha going down as well, and now Atlas is falling. it's gonna be a full team wipe. ReGen Anomaly gonna get the protector, right? Leora gonna get into that protector, and they're gonna go through mid. Are they gonna go through mid? They're gonna go all the way around. Okay, that's probably fine. They got catapults up here, and this is already pretty well down. So the few moments that it's gonna take, I think the protector could take out this wall and just go through the mid lane. That would save them some time. So 30 seconds until the damage is back for Die for Vision. I think this is game. I think that ReGen Anomaly is able to pull this off right now and take themselves a 2-1 victory over Die for Vision. That was an intense game. Wasn't quite the straight up like strong domination that we saw from game 1 out of Die for Vision, making so much use of the interrupts and stalls that prevented ReGen Anomaly from getting their turn in. It wasn't the strong pick comp that ultimately led to kill after kill after kill that we saw out of Cursed Hollow. But it was a strong game. It was a strong game. And level 20s ultimately made all the difference in the world there. Give us just a moment as we get set up for our interview. And let's see. All right, looks like we're going to be joined by Anders. All right, there we go. Alrighty, so we are joined by Anders from ReGen Anomaly. Congratulations.
Well, thanks, man.
How did that feel?
I felt like my blood pressure is through the roof right now. I can't really like feel my fingers. I might have to go to the doctor. It was a little rough.
So, you know, tell me about that. I you know what? I want to highlight one play first. At the end of that game, there was a mosh pit coming, and you had a Twilight Dream at just the exact perfect time that prevented the mosh pit, ultimately ended up getting kills out of that, and probably the center point of you guys winning that game. So I just wanted to point that out. That was an absolutely stellar... Do you know which point I'm talking about?
I do. I've practiced that quite a bit. Just I know kind of where the angle is, just on the edge of the mosh where you can throw the Twilight. And it's such a good low-key interrupt because it's the mosh, it clicks 3 times before it goes, and if you hit R as soon as the first click happens, you cancel it. But it's taken me so many times feeding to figure out how to do that.
I can imagine. So let's talk a little bit about game 1. What happened?
We were very loose. I mean, I don't think we were very warmed up, but it was just kind of all over the place, and I think we kind of got very lost. We threw a lot into the whole basket of, hey, let's run Naz because it's a small map and we can stack super hard, and we wanted to play really slow, and we just kept getting caught out, and the Ming kept throwing orb after orb after orb, and we kept eating him. I mean, credit to her, she was like dominating us 1v5, but it just kind of it took us a game to warm up.
Sure. Well, and you know what? You guys get into game number 2 and looked absolutely dominant in that game. You turned 100% around from game 1, where it was a little bit of a struggle, into a pick comp, and looking very strong. Was there anything that you guys did in between game 1 and game 2 to really pick that up?
I think we just kind of started screaming at each other a lot. We don't actually do that, but we just kind of we're good about taking a breath and going, okay, let's not let that happen again, and let's just get back into it. We're good about turning things around without getting tilted or anything like that. We're pretty chill for the most part. So it was just kind of a focus thing where it said, okay, this is what went wrong. This is what we need to do to focus from now on, and we just execute.
And so in game number 2, you guys had the Oriole, and I don't think that I don't think anybody would dispute that Oriole in that game provided so much value, because there were so many opportunities where they would get a kill, but you're like, nope, and then you turn the fight around. How strong do you feel Oriole is, and how much of a nerf do you think she needs?
Okay, here's the issue. I've been a diehard Oriole and Karazim fan since long before this whole fiasco of her getting overpowered situation happened, but she was always low-key really good. Ever since they buffed her to where she could be self-reliant on the her own energy bar and not having to have a battery, like having the Vala is always good for the battery. The Grammy worked out super well for us, but you can be self-reliant just by using the Qs. She's still super strong, but she's gonna get nerfed into the ground, and she deserves it, because right now she's kind of brain dead. Like, she's definitely first pick, first ban for a reason.
Absolutely. So then, so game number 3, you guys had just come off of a hot win in Cursed Hollow. Very, very strong win in Cursed Hollow. It was 13 kills to 30, which, 30 kills in a game at this point, like, you don't see that very often. Sometimes you'll see it in the 20s, but it's often under 10 or somewhere between 10 and 15 or so. But 30 kills in a game was really strong. And then they want first pick. You guys get map pick. You select Volskaya. And so you start building this comp here for just absolutely massive CC. So was that your guys' answer to Oriole, just to say, we dare you to resurrect? Or was it just always the plan no matter what they did?
We actually, in draft, we kind of said, we're going to leave the Oriole up all 3 times. We were like, we'll leave it up. If they don't take it, I'll take it. Cool. If not, the plan happened in the draft, but we wanted to see them play it just to see what would happen, because I mean, yeah, it's kind of a pain to deal with, but nothing we couldn't really handle. We have our combos. We do like our CC chains. The one thing that I had mentioned that I thought about was with Malfurion on level 4, you can take 40% heal reduction on his root, and that causes so many problems for her. And if you use that as a good follow up on like our Mal'Ganis sleep that we had, or like the Leo Entomb, things like that, it was just, if you just put a lot of pressure on the Ariel and just kind of sit on her, she can get a res off, but then you can just, it's not necessarily a 6v5. You can drain her very fast.
Sure. Yeah, and you guys at the very beginning of that match, I pointed out like all of the different ways you could set up that combo, and I wasn't sure what you guys were looking for in that final pick, which ultimately went into Thrall. I was thinking maybe it was going to be a Rainer. Just for the opportunity to interrupt the mosh pit. But the Thrall obviously got a lot of value as well. Some really solid roots, getting some good sunderings, did a lot of damage. So, it worked out certainly in your guys' favor. I think you guys really showed why you're sitting at the top of the Division C standings, or at least, very close to the top, sitting at second seed right now.
Are we? That's awesome.
Yeah, you're number 2. So this will put you, I think, at 20 points. Please Clap is at 23. So yeah, I mean, right behind them. You're literally 1 game behind them, and I think, let me pull up real quick here. Oh no, you guys are even in games now, so you're 3 points behind. But that's still, I mean, very respectable. You guys last season, just like our team, struggled a little bit. What kind of things have you guys done to be, to have such a turnaround and be so strong in the standings at this point?
Practice, honestly, just practicing both individually, and we have really good leadership, both in just in Carve as a captain, and then Genji's is kind of like our shot caller, and not kind of, he is our shot caller, and just running, just running plays, just running CC chains, just running game after game after game after game, and I think things are just starting to click really well, and I think that all the guys that we have, even subs, even people that kind of switch in and out, everyone's just super cool with each other, and everybody like just wants to get better and wants to play well. And so I think that's what's kind of driving everybody to just be 10 times better than we were. And I think we're just going to keep trying to, get better from here.
Awesome. Well, sounds good. Got one final question for you. What was one particular moment, something you did or your team did or that the opponents did tonight that you felt was a particular cinematic moment or a highlight moment that you wanted to showcase?
Okay. I mean, I don't want to be egotistical and say it was my fly, the disrespect fly into the spawn, but
I mean, that was a good moment.
So I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker not for flashy plays, but for like really good consistent play. So the big shout out, honestly, for me, like cinematically, not so much, but just play wise, just the consistent tank play, just the really consistent, just the sleeps and just the good call outs, and just anything Mango does, honestly, like anything that he does is just God tier. So
I like that right as Mango is saying no Mango recognition, suddenly the redirection into, oh yeah, by the way. No, that was actually, that was a really fantastic entomb there at the end onto the Falstead too, which was the other part of what set you guys up to win that game. So, shout out to Full Mango on that.
It needs to be mentioned every single interview we ever do that Mango hit the craziest entomb I've ever seen on a re-engage in our match against Please Clap last week, and it was insane, and every one of us was just crying tears of joy.
All right, well, you know what, that might end up getting a replay cast in the future here, who knows. Well, any shout outs you'd like to make?
Oh, did I bring a list? Firstly and foremost, my absolute favorite thing in the entire world, my cat Guacamole. He's got just the cutest little face, and I'm obsessed with him. And also, he's cold and indifferent, which is usually what I like about women. And then, other than that, just everyone on my team. They're super amazing guys, like just all of them. And low key, they've helped me through a really, really rough time in the past year, and I owe a lot to them. So, thanks, boys. I'm in love with all of you.
Alrighty, sounds good. Well, thanks for joining me here, Anners. Really appreciate you stopping by, and again, congratulations on your win. Make sure that you guys get that match reported, and have a great night. Good luck in the rest of the season.
Thanks, bud. See ya.
Alrighty. So that's going to end our cast between Die for Vision and ReGen Anomaly. That being said, I happen to know a guy who might have just picked up an 11 o'clock cast. So you might want to stick around for that. This is going to be a matchup between Spooky Ghosts and Roll One Esports. I feel like I get them a lot. It just works out. Their timing, our schedules align. So there you go. But there you go. So we're going to pick that up here. That starts in 23 minutes. So I'm just going to put us on a countdown timer. Hang out. Enjoy the music, the HGC music, and I'll probably start it up a few minutes early, and we can chat as we get closer to that there. But again, thanks for joining for the ReGen Anomaly and Die for Vision game here. ReGen Anomaly taking the best of 3 2-1 in this best of 3 series. Just to show those standings once again here. That'll put ReGen Anomaly at 20 points, right behind Please Clap. Die for Vision with that point will take over the 5th spot, breaking the tie with Illa Dancing Queens. Want to shout out K Sully 33 for the follow, as well as ZDF Doom. So appreciate you stopping by. Again, hang out, chat, whatever you want to do. I'll be back in 20 minutes or so.